I'm wondering, in general, what do you think of fish markets?
I don't really like fish, so
Okay. What don't you like about fish?
the smell.
The smell.
I don't-
Right. Do you like fish?
I only like semen.
Okay, salmon. Okay, what about you?
Same, as her.
Okay.
I hate fish.
You hate fish. Why do you hate fish?
No, I don't like the smell or the taste or anything.
Right, okay. And what about the conditions in which we see the animals now, the fish now? For example, how the lobsters or the crabs are in tiny cages.
I feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
Right? Why do you feel sorry for them?
Because it looks like they are comfortable, and it looks like they're only there to be killed. And I just doesn't think that that's okay.
Right. And why do you think they're there to be killed?
Because they have like these tags on them, and I think that they will be killed soon because the space they take out them. Yeah, I just doesn't feel like that's the way to do it.
Okay. And what would be the way to do it?
Let them live in the ocean
Right.
and
Right.
to kill them when they get into land. Don't
Right.
boil them alive.
And what is the difference between boiling them and killing them on the spot?
They just suffer.
Right. Okay. Okay. So you agree that they have the ability to suffer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can breathe. They can think. I think
Yeah.
they're living creatures.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And do you think we need to eat them to be alive?
No, I doesn't like it, and I can agree that there's not many people who like it, but some do.
Yeah. So if we don't need to eat them to survive,
They can just live in the ocean
right.
by
Right.
themselves alone.
So would it still be okay to take the animal or the fish out of the water and kill him or her on the spot? Would that still be okay? If
I
it's
don't
not
think
necessary?
it's okay.
Yeah.
I think they should just live their life. They have
Yeah.
the right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny you say they have the right. What other animals have the right to live in our society?
Whale.
Yeah, they're also killed here. They're
Yeah, I
also
know.
fished here. That's
I
really
feel sorry
shocking.
for them too. Because not many eat that either. So
Yeah.
I don't see why you sell it, because there's not many people who know
Yeah,
that you do.
absolutely. So my last question would be, why do you think these fishermen are selling these products or these animals?
To get money.
Right. Right. What do you think?
Same.
The same? Yeah. You also feel sorry for the
Yeah.
animals?
It's really sad watching them like go around and it's
And on top of each other.
Yeah.
I
Right.
don't.
Right.
My heart just can't take it.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you think that can also be applied to other animals? Not just fish animals, but for
Yeah.
example, cows or chickens or
Yeah. And
Yeah.
foxes and yeah.
You eat foxes here?
Some do.
Oh yeah? Wow.
And cut their fur off and use them into jackets.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of that.
And I don't
You don't
like that either.
Yeah, no.
No.
It's cruel, right?
It is,
Yeah.
it really is.
Do you guys still eat animals yourself as well?
I do not.
You don't eat animals? You're vegetarian?
I only eat chicken.
Okay, so you eat chicken still?
Yeah.
I see. But what about a chicken then?
It's sorry for that too.
Right.
Yeah.
So why would you eat her as well?
Good question. I feel sorry for it too. So I'm like not eating it as often as I did before. So
Yeah. Would you ever see a day where you decide not to eat any chicken at all?
yeah, I would.
What do you think? What about the other animals?
I don't know, like there are days that I don't want to eat animals because I think it's nasty thinking of having an animal in your mouth. So yeah,
Oh really? Well, why is it nasty? What is nasty about it?
it's just nasty thinking of eating out other animals, like eating someone or yeah.
I see. Okay, so you recognize that the animal Has a personality.
Yeah.
I see. So that would have also applied to crabs. It applies to chickens, to cows, to dogs, cats, right? Okay. And you also eat animals still?
Yeah, I do. But I'm not a big fan of meat actually.
Mm-hmm.
But I like chicken, but it's nasty sometimes.
Yeah, I can imagine. So your conscience is telling you maybe this is not so right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I do like meat, but places that only sell fish food or seafood is unnecessary.
Okay.
They sell it in normal stores too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And meat, for example, chicken or cow meat, is that also necessary?
I mean, it's kind of necessary to eat meat, like sometimes, but I think that like they kill too much.
Right. Yeah. What if I were to tell you that it's not necessary to eat meat at all?
I mean, I know it's not necessary, but yeah, I like it.
Right. Okay.
Uh,
But
You
then
get your vitamins from other places.
right. Where? Where you
Like
get
in
them?
vegetables
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
fruit, and
Yeah. That's
you
right.
can take like tablets for it too.
Yeah.
You don't need meat.
No. Not in this day and age, right?
No.
No. Has any one of you ever considered of going vegetarian, for
Yeah.
example?
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah?
I've
For
heard- I've
the
heard-
animals,
Yeah,
right? What about going vegan? Have you heard of that
I
as well?
would do that too.
Yeah?
But I love milk
Yeah.
too much.
Right. Yeah. And
Yeah.
you don't feel sorry for the cow as well? For the milk?
But I feel like when you take out the milk, you do it for the cow's sake.
Oh,
Because
why
I
is
don't
that?
feel like it's like when you're a mom
Mm-hmm.
and you're giving like milk to your child, you feel better. I think that the cow, when you take the milk out from the cow, you do it for its sake, so it doesn't need to be in pain.
Right. But is the cow your mom?
But it has feelings too.
Right, yeah,
and it
but
probably can feel pain as well.
yeah, but why is she producing milk in the first place?
Because it's good to drink.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Well, why does your mom produce milk?
To keep me alive when I was a little child.
Right. So what about the cow?
To keep their child alive.
Right.
Oh, no, it makes sense.
Right. So you're drinking milk from another species,
Yeah.
but that milk is actually not for you.
Yeah.
It's for a calf.
Yeah.
What happens to the calf?
They die or not get their.
They don't get their milk
Yeah.
because you get it.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it when you buy it. If the calf is a male, after around 20 days, he's sent to be killed, and he's held in very small confined spaces, so they don't move much, so they don't develop muscles too much, so that the meat stays very tender and nice, and then they're sent to slaughter. But if it's a female, then they turn that cow into a dairy cow that will become just like her mother, that will be used for milk, and also will be impregnated, steal her children, and it's a cycle keeps going on. And after 4 or 5 years of milking them, they're being sent to the slaughterhouse as well, because they don't produce enough milk anymore for the industry to make money. So every time you buy milk, you pay that industry to kill cows and hogs.
Shit. I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah. What about chickens? What about eggs? Do you eat eggs? Why would it be wrong to eat eggs, do you think?
Because it's her eggs,
Right?
and she probably feel bad whenever you take them away from her.
Right?
Oh God.
What if the eggs and there's a chick in the egg?
I would have bad guilt if I thought of it that way.
Right. So that's how it works in our society. That's how the industry works. So you've got chickens, baby chickens, that are born. They keep the females, produce more eggs. But just like with the milk, they get rid of the males because they're useless. So the day they're born is the day they die. They're sent to what we call a shredder, where they're shred to little pieces, and they're used for McNuggets, they're used for gelatine, for candy, they're used for disgusting stuff like that. And then the females are raised to either be meat or to produce eggs. Sorry. I got
It's okay.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, so Would you ever consider going vegan now that you know this stuff?
Yeah, I would.
In English, by the way.
Thank you.
So, and thank you for showing interest. And
Thank you for telling me this.
yeah, well, no worries. I'm sorry that it has an impact on you. Obviously, I saw that you had a
Yeah, I feel really
Moments.
sorry for all the meat I've eaten and all the vegan eggs I have also eaten.
The thing is, you can actually do something about it now that you know.
Yeah.
So you're open to it, and that makes us really happy, to be honest.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.